Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and help us bring more real, emotional stories straight to your screen. Rain poured down in relentless sheets, the kind that made the entire world blur behind a cold, trembling curtain of water. On base, most people were rushing to their cars. But one man stayed behind, the janitor everyone ignored, the single dad who rarely said a word, Ethan Cole. He pulled his thin jacket tighter, trying to shield himself as he pushed a heavy mop bucket toward the storage room. Life hadn't been kind to Ethan. Losing his wife 3 years ago, raising his 7-year-old daughter Lily alone, juggling 2 jobs, never enough sleep, but he showed up every day. Quiet, steady, invisible. Until that night, lightning split across the sky as a black SUV rolled into the back parking lot, hydroplaning, sliding sideways. Ethan dropped the mop and sprinted. Inside the vehicle sat Admiral Serena Hale, a woman whose reputation inspired an entire fleet. Strong, unshakable, untouchable. But now, she was trapped. Her driver had run for shelter earlier, and the flooding rain had turned the pavement into a river, pushing the SUV against a railing. Ethan slammed his hands against the door. "You okay, ma'am? Hold on, I got you." She looked at him, confused, this janitor risking his life for her. With one shoulder, Ethan forced the door open, rain washing over them. He took her hand firmly. "This way." He guided her under the old maintenance shed where the roof barely held. His clothes soaked, his breath shivering, but he didn't let go of her hand until she was safe. Serena stared at him, this man she'd passed in hallways 100 times without noticing. "You saved me," she whispered, stunned. Ethan shook his head. Anyone would've. But she knew, not everyone would. Before she could speak, her phone buzzed. An urgent message. Her face fell. Her deployment moved up. Leaving tonight. No time to breathe. No time to thank him properly. I need to go," she said, feeling something unexpected, guilt. Ethan nodded, wiping water from his eyes. "Then go. Duty first." As she rushed away, she kept glancing back at the man standing alone in the rain, holding nothing but a mop. Why did this bother her so much? Days passed. Serena couldn't shake the memory. A man risking himself for someone of higher rank, expecting nothing. While she commanded thousands, he had no one to look after him, except his little girl. One evening, while preparing for deployment, she spoke to her aide. "That janitor, Ethan Cole. I want his file. No disciplinary issues. Quiet. Good worker. Single father. Daughter's medical bills, very high, ma'am." Medical bills. Serena frowned. Why hasn't he asked for assistance? He refused it. Said others needed it more. Something twisted inside Serena's chest. Selfless. Invisible. Struggling. And no one ever thanked him. She looked out the window at the dark clouds gathering again. That night in the rain, I never repaid him. Meanwhile, Ethan returned home to his tiny apartment. Lily was waiting with her sketchbook. "Daddy, today I drew us with Mommy in the clouds." He smiled, hiding his exhaustion. "That's beautiful, sweetheart." She giggled. But then she coughed, a deep cough he recognized too well. Her treatments were due again. And he didn't have enough. That night, he sat by her bed, whispering promises he wasn't sure he could keep. "Daddy's here. Always." 3 nights later, a storm returned. And with it, a knock. A sharp, urgent knock. Ethan opened the door and froze. There she stood, Admiral Serena Hale, soaking wet, the same rain dripping from her uniform. "Ma'am," he whispered, confused. She took a shaky breath. "Ethan, may I come in?" He stepped aside. Lily peeked from behind him, her eyes wide. Serena knelt down to her level. "You must be Lily. Your dad is a hero." The little girl smiled shyly. "Daddy says heroes don't brag." Serena's throat tightened. She stood and turned to Ethan. "I couldn't leave without doing what's right. That night, you saved me. But more than that, you reminded me that leadership isn't rank. It's heart." She reached into her coat and pulled out a sealed document. "I reviewed your service record. You served once, didn't you?" Ethan nodded. "Years ago. I left when my wife got sick." "Well, I can't change the past. But I can change your future." She handed him the papers. "It's a request I signed myself, for a position in facilities oversight. Better pay, housing, full medical coverage for Lily. You start next week." Ethan's hands trembled. I don't know what to say. Say yes, she replied gently. Let someone help you, the way you helped me. But then her voice cracked. And there's something else. Ethan looked up. She swallowed. My deployment was scheduled tonight, but I delayed it. Because I had to see you. Her eyes softened with something she didn't expect to feel. You changed my life, Ethan. You reminded me that strength isn't about being untouchable. It's about being human. Silence filled the room, warm, heavy, unexpected. Ethan whispered, I'm just a janitor. She stepped closer. No, you're a good man, a brave man, and someone who deserves to be seen. Lily tugged Serena's sleeve. Will you come again? Daddy doesn't have many friends. Serena's lips trembled as she knelt. I would like that very much. When she stood, Ethan was wiping tears he tried to hide. Then, Serena took a step closer. If it's okay with you, I'd like to check on you and Lily while I'm away. Maybe, when I return, we could start as friends. Ethan nodded slowly. Yeah, I'd like that. Serena smiled for the first time in days. Then I'll be back. Count on it. As the Admiral left into the rain again, Ethan stood holding Lily's hand, watching her disappear into the storm. But this time, he didn't feel alone. And Serena, for the first time in years, she walked with a sense of hope, a feeling she thought she was too hardened to ever feel again. Because of one man, one night, one knock that changed her life. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this emotional journey with someone who needs hope today.